Hello.
Hey guys.
We're back.
Welcome back to our channel. Welcome if you're new.
Alright, anyway, so today in this episode we are talking about Thailand because we came back from Thailand not so long ago.
Yeah, so we went to Thailand. It was a beautiful trip. We captured so much footage, but unfortunately
The memory card got fucked up on the way back.
it snapped. So yeah, so we lost everything. We lost everything we filmed.
We had a lot of footage. Like we shot a video as well for a song that we made, Reach Out For Me. We tried to shoot a video because Thailand's a beautiful place, so we thought it would be a great opportunity to shoot a video. So we've done that, but yeah, all that footage is gone. Like we had great footage of a lot of stuff, man, of getting chased by dogs, of like waterfalls and all of that. But anyway, since that's gone, we can't dwell on that. So what we decided we're gonna do instead is just have like a little recap story time sort of video where we talk about what we experienced in Thailand, what we liked, what we didn't like, and you know, so if you're planning on going to Thailand, you know, watch this video and you might get some inspiration.
Some ideas, because we did quite a lot. We stayed in 4 different places in Thailand, so we got to see quite a lot. We got to experience like city life, island life, jungle life, like all of it basically.
Yeah, so this is our video. Hope you enjoy it. Subscribe and all of that. Alright, anyway, so let's get into it. So our Thailand experience consisted of us being in Bangkok for the first couple of days, and then we went to a jungle-esque area called Khao Yai. I probably pronounced that wrong, but it should be
what it's called.
Khao Yai.
But you're probably saying it wrong.
Khao Yai. I don't know. Khao Yai, that's it.
I don't remember though, but I think so.
Khao Yai. So yeah, and then after that we ended up in the island, and then after that we finished off our trip in Pattaya. Alright, so Bangkok.
So when we got to Bangkok, it was during Songkran festival, which is like the water festival. So it was amazing.
Well, Thai people are Buddhist / Hindu, so that they're like a hybrid religion. So they don't follow our conventional calendar of having the New Year in the first of that, the New Year being the 1st of January. Their New Year was just when we went there, which was April, sometime in April, like something to do with like the spring equinox. So they have a Songkran festival around their New Year time, which is just basically like a celebration of fertility and the new year, new beginnings. So what happens in this festival is they just run around splashing people with water. So you just be driving or walking down the street and you see a bunch of people with like hoses or like super soakers, water balloons, or just buckets of water just dashing it at you. And then some people mix it with like baby powder or rice water, so it just looks like sperm pretty much, because obviously it's a fertility festival. That's my conclusion, that's my conspiracy. I think that the white stuff that they throw on people is to replicate sperm, because it brings birth, it brings life, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, we went to floating markets as well in Bangkok. That was sick. That was bloody sick.
So amazing.
So basically what it is like a bloody city, like a little town that's situated by a river, and they have a market there, so you can get food, you can get clothes. But then the selling point of this is that there's like a river where you can jump on some boats and take like a boat tour, and you take little stops at different parts in this little strange aqua village or aqua town. And take me back. I'm gonna go back. I'm actually emotional right now because it was beautiful. It was really nice. There was a stop where we saw
puppies.
Yeah, there was 2 puppies. They were beautiful, and then there was another that was like the little palace, not palace, like a temple. Oh yeah. Like a temple shrine thing, and it was really beautiful. The first temple that I saw being in Thailand, and it was just amazing to see the colours of it and just the sereneness of just being in that kind of environment as well. It's just great. But like, yeah, I definitely recommend it, man. Just get yourself a boat driver, he'll take you around. There's a lot of things, different stops that you can go to, and you know, just discover yourself. So on our final day, we ended up going to the Grand Palace. no idea how grand this palace would be. I kept on.
Yeah, he kept saying everything we saw. He was like, "Is this it? Is this the Grand Palace?" I was like,
when you're like transport. What is the word for commuting? Transporting. What's the word for when you're like in a car driving? When we were driving around Thailand, right? You see like temples everywhere. Like you see monuments of like Buddhas or like, you know, everywhere. So I was just like, is this it? Is it mine?
Like houses, he just sees houses with a bit of gold. Is this it? Is this it? I'm like,
but my gosh, when we got there, when we got to the Grand Palace, it's huge and it's beautiful and it's just sick. I didn't know that I could have my breath taken away by something like that. And
we probably didn't even see all of it because it was huge. Because it was really hot, like in the grounds of the Grand Palace.
But if I was to go again, I'll get like a tour guide because I've noticed some paintings on the walls on the outskirts of the palace, right? First of all, there was a guy, like a little god demon thing in one of these paintings, and he had a CD-ROM on his finger. What is going on with that? He had a CD-ROM. This picture was painted like thousands of years ago, and my guy's got a CD-ROM. It's called Ancient Aliens. If you don't know, right? But yeah, like, so I didn't really like. I went to the Grand Palace, but I don't really know the history of it. I know that it's supposedly where like the emperor lived, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like a bloody shrine where they call upon the Almighty. It's just crazy, it's ridiculous, and like it's hand built as well, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently they laid, like if you look at the attention to detail, like the tiles, there's like different size tiles that are like laid on the walls and stuff. Apparently they were hand laid, like each tile, and it took how long to complete. But it just takes your breath away. Like you can't comprehend it from looking at it through a camera. So I would recommend if you're in Bangkok, definitely go and see the Grand Palace. It's wow, something else. So the next day we travelled to Khao Yai.
Yeah, it is Khao Yai.
Took a drive. How long did it take to get to Khao Yai?
A long time, about 4 hours.
So the first thing we did was we checked in, and then as soon as we checked in, we wanted to go check it out because it literally just looks like a jungle. It was gorgeous. Like you're surrounded by mountains and trees, and literally across there was like a little, like I'm gonna call it a lake. Yeah, there was like a little lake across. There's like a man who lives there. He's got his chickens, his animals. It's just.
So, this is what happened, okay?
By the dog.
This is what happened. So we jumped on some bikes. We started riding. My elder brother zoomed off, nowhere to be seen. So it's me, Leo, and my second eldest brother, and we're riding. So first of all, we get met by like some dogs. They belong to like some guy who worked in the complex. So his house was right next door, and they got gates, right? But the dogs can get through the gates. They're not really gates, they're just like pillars.
Just fencing,
yeah,
like.
Just small like fencing that dogs can just get through, like the wide gaps at the bottom or through the middle. So there's his dogs were on the complex. There was about 4 or 5 of them. One of them was getting brave and was barking at us, but we thought nothing of it. The others weren't. They were really joining in, so we backed off.
Terrified.
No, the first one. Remember the first one? Yeah. I'm afraid of dogs. I've been chased by dogs many times. I'm not afraid to say I was terrified. Yeah, I'm fucking shit scared. But anyway, that was one warning. About 50 yards further on, and then we got to like another person's patch of land where they do farming, I'm guessing. And then there was like 2 dogs there, and one of them, the leader, started barking, but he was barking pretty aggressively.
That's when I zoomed off, innit?
Yeah, so we was on our bikes. So it was like, you know, fuck this. Let's not stand for this, man. Let's just ride off. So we started just riding off fast just so it could just like leave us alone. It didn't leave us alone. It didn't leave us alone at all. It started chasing us, and at this time I had the camera in my hand, so I was vlogging it. I was actually like, all you see is you hear the dog barking and you see my legs pedaling along, and all of a sudden you just see me just like speeding up, just trying to get away from the dog. So we had this little dog chasing us, so we just went straight further into like the what would you call it? Further down the road.
I was in front of them, right? So I'm like zooming off because I can see, I'm looking back and they are zooming behind me, and all I can see is the dog coming with pure rage at them. And I was like, flip this. I'm like, I'm going. So I'm zooming off, and then I get to, as I'm riding, a pack of dogs just comes running in front of me. Like luckily they were quite far, but they must have heard the commotion, so they came out of wherever they were hiding. You should have seen us all breaking, like that's the other dog behind us was now falling off, thankfully, because I don't know how many dogs were before us, but it was like a pack of dogs. So then we just braked, and then put our back, like I put the bike like this in front of me so it can be a barrier between me and the dogs. And Aaron was behind me and his brother was behind us. His brother just got back on his bike and zoomed off behind us because there was another road and you could go in.
There was another road.
Yeah, and I was there like, and I was like moving back and the dogs are like coming at us and I was just like, oh my god. Then Aaron was getting on the bike and I was like, please don't leave me.
Yeah, that she had to beg for me to return because as soon as I saw them dogs,
he was about to leave me there.
Fuck this. Like I was blind. I didn't even know you was there. Yeah. Like it's the only when I heard. It's only when I heard you crying.
I was like, please don't leave me.
I was like, oh shit. I was
like,
afraid. I was shook. But I heard her voice and I was like, oh shit, man.
I was pretty much trembling.
I got protector, don't I? Yeah. So I got back and I came back to and what did we do?
I got back on my bike and then we zoomed off together and then we turned right, like to go to the main road.
Yeah.
The main road.
Yeah. So for a minute, we was like in a sandwich between one vicious dog.
Yeah. And then like a pack of dogs. Vicious dogs. So we just had to take the middle road.
Yeah. But after that, it was brilliant. Oh man. Because like literally when you come out, so like just imagine we're in like a little cul-de-sac where our resort is, and you have to come out onto the main road. So we get onto the main road and that's where you see like these massive lovely green lush mountains that are like right by the side of like this main road. And then further down you got like a little beautiful little what is it, like a complex of shops and restaurants.
Yeah, you got 7-Eleven, which are everywhere in Thailand.
So we just rode down that road and it's beautiful. Real quick though, back on the dogs though, like you need to because if you go to Thailand, you're gonna be your whole holiday is gonna be
stray dogs
fighting off stray dogs or like having little altercations with them. There was actually an incident with me when I was at this complex where we were staying in Khao Yai. I went out, this is like at night, just to have a stroll, and there was one dog who I thought was cool because I saw it previously in that day and it was cool. It was just chilling.
Did you feed it? Did you give it some food?
No, I didn't. But it was there. It was just minding its own business. And then two of his mates came along, and it was dark. It was dark, right? Two of his mates came along and started kicking up a fuss. One of them started barking. Then the other one started barking, and they all started barking, and they all started coming towards me, and I was just shit scared. I wanted to scream for people to come help. I just didn't know what to do. And then like one of them started to come around like on the left side of me, like he was trying to corner me. And behind me I just had like a bush and the apartment where we were staying. So I just didn't know where to go because the only place I could go was in front, and they were there, right in front of me, to the side of me. So I just didn't know what to do. But luckily the owner of the dogs came, the same guy I was talking about who does work on the place in this complex. He came and started whistling and shining his flashlight and was like talking his language, getting them to back off. And for a good 30 seconds it seemed like they weren't listening to him, so I was like, oh fuck's sake man, he's making it worse. But they settled down, and then he came and guided me back to my accommodation. Man, I thought I was gonna die that night. But yeah, like in that situation, if I had ran, they would have pounced. So I just stayed there and just like, I think I shouted at them as well. I was like, oi, 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 when they was coming close, and that seemed to work, like putting a bit of bass in your voice, and but yeah, just don't lose your nut. Alright, anyway, so that was the first day. The second day, we ended up going to a bat cave. So we took a nice drive in an open top truck for about half an hour down the road, just there, sun out, shades on, eating papaya. So we took a nice drive for about 20 minutes, and then we ended up in like a temple shrine sort of place where there was like this monk and his friend, and then they had like a little temple. Basically we just walked into the jungle, and there was like a little cave that we went into where there was more shrine stuff, like more temple stuff.
Oh yeah, there was like a shrine inside the bat cave, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we went in the bat cave, they gave us torches, and just, yeah, it stank. It was horrible smell, but once you got used to the smell and these little creatures that kept running up your leg and biting you, it was serene. It was beautiful, man, to see these bats just flying around in their natural environment.
Yeah, it's dark, it's pitch black in there if you go deeper in, because we went deeper in, because there's like a place at the beginning where you can just kind of like see there's a shrine there, and there's some lights there, so you're okay there. But then we went deeper in and it was just pitch black.
Yeah, like
all you can hear is some bats moving around a little bit, but for the most part it's like dead silence. When it's when they squeak a little bit or when they fly off that you can hear them. But yeah.
Oh yeah, like on the Bat Cave, because they don't have any toilets, these bats, there's just all their shit is just there on the floor. There's just layers. Like, yeah, like because they shit where they sleep. Because obviously they're hanging up there, innit? So they just shit, doop, and they just go straight on the floor. And like there's no trees or like leaves or other animals around to kind of redistribute it or like get reintegrated to the ecosystem. So it's just there, years of that shit. And then after that, we went to like a spring waterfall by. So we went past this spring when we were going to the Bat Cave, and I was like, we need to come back here.
And there was lots of street food, like there were street food vendors all around there.
Yeah, so we went to this waterfall. It's cool. But yeah, we've got pictures. I'm not going to try to describe it because my attempt at describing anything in Thailand are just futile because it's such a beautiful place. But it was just a nicely tucked away spring waterfall, very refreshing. Just lovely.
It was a lovely swim.
Man.
We went there, we had a swim. The children swimming. It was just nice. It was really nice. People were picnicking, like families were picnicking there. Wow. The water was so refreshing because it's always hot in Thailand. Yeah, and then after that, we went to an island. We went to Ko Samet.
Yeah, you're talking.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, we went to an island after. So we had to take a speedboat. That was cool. So we took a speedboat to this island. And when you get off, you can't, like, there's no pier. Or so we kind of just had to take our luggage in the sandy, wavy beach, and then when we got onto the beach, some guy in like some little fake army outfit came up to us asking us for money to be on this, to be on the island, because apparently it's like a national, what's that word? A national reserve. It's a national preserve. It's preserved by the government, so you have to pay. But at the time it just seemed a bit booky because he had trainers on and an army outfit and it just didn't match up. And he had a backpack, so I was confused. But we had to pay about 250 baht, I think, or 200 baht, which ain't that much. We spent about 3 days here as well. So it's just an island. It's mainly for just chilling, chilling out.
Relaxed
like
time.
Beach, you know, have beach days there, take pictures, have food, and then like they have like some beach bars that turn into like clubs at night. So I enjoyed it. It was cool. We went to like this nice little secret beach, which was really beautiful. One of the most beautiful beaches I've ever been to. This is where we got some shots done for video. Again, check that out. Reach out for me.
Yeah, that's also where we shot the cover for our track Reach Out For Me.
So yeah, we've done that. So that's the island. Like if you're into that beach chilling, I recommend spend a couple days at one of their islands. Battery died. Apologies.
We're back now. So we were, yeah. So we left, when we left the island, we took a ferry. And then we got our transport that came to pick us up to take us to Pattaya.
Yep. Go on, carry on, man. Why are you always just leaving?
So Pattaya was lit. It was lit. It's a beautiful place again. It also has a beach as well. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's like city life and like beach life at the same time. It's a really nice place. First thing we did, we went to walking streets. If you know about Pattaya, you know about walking streets.
Walking Street is pretty much, I would describe, I've never been to Amsterdam, but the things that I saw there, I would describe it as the red light district of Thailand. You know, you have clubs with little dicks on the building to just in case you didn't know where you were and you didn't know what you could get. It's just a little reminder that, you know, there's dicks here, okay? If you fancy a dick today, yeah. So yeah, what else happened on Walking Street? Yeah, there's beaches there, there's a night market where you can go. It opens at like, the night market is right next to the beach in Jomtien. Jomtien, so you can I think it opens at 5. You can get nice cheap souvenirs there. If you're good at bargaining, you can bargain. And we got, I was supposed to wear my tie top for this.
I should have worn my hat.
Let's put it on quickly. Okay, so I'm not wearing my top. Yeah, so you can get food. That's gonna bring my energy down now.
Why?
I'm joking. You can get food, like street food and stuff, and it's cool, and get drinks.
Lovely.
And they got like little DJ part where they're playing music, and then some dancers come along sometimes.
Yeah, we went on a jet ski. There was these tourists from China, these guys that went on the jet ski. So you go on a jet ski for like 30 minutes, and then like the jet ski people, they call you back. They wait for you to come back. These guys were not. They were refusing to come back. So we were waiting for ages, yeah. And they were having the time of their lives. The guy was pissed. He wasn't impressed. But yeah, that was really funny.
But the thing is though, one of the Chinese guys nearly killed a Thai guy on the jet ski. Do you remember? I didn't see it, but these are
at the beach, yeah.
Yeah, like apparently he was on his jet ski.
He almost killed a bunch of people.
Yeah,
there was a bunch of children there as well.
He didn't brake. He came too close to them. They was like at the shore, as you did on the beach, just like playing with the waves, and he came to that part and they had to move out of the way. And luckily though, luckily, I don't know how, but luckily they got out of the way and it was fine. But they got out of the sea and they were pissed, and it looked like they was waiting for him to come back and knock him out. Which is why I think they didn't come back. They stayed on their jet ski for like an hour.
Yeah.
You're only supposed to get half an hour.
Because as soon as he almost killed the people, he just went straight, like he was trying to like go
literally,
back to China, like,
literally, all you could see. So after this incident, he said sorry whatever in a lapsadaisical way. They were pissed at him. And I was like shouting and whatnot, and then all you see is him like turn back, and he just goes straight,
like that was
straight,
it.
like he was about to disappear, like in the horizon, like he just disappeared. We was just like, oh, he's going back to China, like.
He's like, I'm coming back, I'm done. Like, yeah, it was dope. And then the next day, we went to the animal sanctuary.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my god, it's so amazing seeing like animals. But the thing about the animal sanctuary is it feels wrong. Like it felt like the way that the animals were kept, all the cages were too small. Like it just looked uncomfortable. It looked cramped and uncomfortable. It was fun, but yeah, it's
so like, it's called the Natural Stone Park / Animal Sanctuary, Crocodile Park. So they have exotic birds like peacocks, ostriches,
freaking dinosaurs. Remember that one?
Yeah, like some large stalky looking thing that had like, it looked like a tumor sack. It looked, you know how you have like them stalks,
like a ball sack.
Them sacks for catching fish. It just looked like this one just had like, ball sack, but it just looked like, it's clearly if they were looking after the animals in this sanctuary, that wouldn't be happening. But yeah, they had like a corner of exotic birds, and then they had like one bear that looked crazy as hell. He had this little swimming pool, and he just kept doing this in the swimming pool. Yeah. The whole time we went away for like an hour, came back.
I've got a video of that, so yeah, that's the hair as well. Yeah.
And then they had like the tigers. So in the tiger sanctuary part, you go down like this kind of little pathway, and right in front of you is like this kind of like tiger looking thing, just there like on like a little pedestal sort of thing. And so at first you're like, that's not a real tiger. It's just a statue.
That's a statue.
But as you look more closely, you see the tail move.
And then you notice it's blinking. You're like, whoa, that's alive.
It's alive.
That's alive. And it's outside. And it's just right here.
It's not caged up. It's not.
My
so
heart.
we were just like, what is going on? We didn't. At first, we were not aware that alright, it's chained down.
It's chained.
But we were not aware. So we were just there, just like.
I thought it escaped and like was just chilling for a bit, and no one had realized or something. I was like, surely they don't just have the tiger just outside, because the other tigers are in cages. So like when I just saw, and it was a white tiger as well.
Yeah, a white tiger.
I was like, we're about to die.
Yeah, but it's chained up. So yeah, it got
and probably sedated.
Probably. But the thing is, at the end of the day, like I didn't like. It was cool to see these animals, but you know, you could see that it just smelled. They weren't getting fed properly. Some of them were skinny and all that kind of stuff, and you know, it just wasn't a good feeling. It's just like, just release these animals, like especially the birds. Like birds are for wings; they should be flying, man. Why are they not?
The
able
bird
to
cages
fly,
were
like,
really
and then like
small.
some small little cage, and
Yeah.
God knows how long they've been there, and you can
There
just
was-
like see their mannerisms. So
Mhm.
they're
Remember that-
portraying like
do you remember those ones that
mannerisms
kept
of crazy
flying?
people.
Do you remember those ones that kept flying into the
Yeah, the
cage walls, just like
the things, the
looked like it was
parrots.
trying to commit suicide.
It's the parrots.
No, not even the. I think it might have been the peacocks. It was the big birds that were bigger than the parrots.
Oh, right.
They kept like banging on the thingies. I don't know if I've got that on snap.
Mm.
But yeah, they do have the mannerisms of like some people who have lost their minds.
Yeah,
like
just lost their mind. Like even the big bird with the ball sack, it kept doing like this thing where it was just look at you and then snap his little beak at you, like it's just
That's weird.
it was very strange, man.
they're like dinosaurs. It was amazing. But yeah, really cool to see the animals. But yeah, I'm not really down for animal sanctuaries, to be honest.
There was a crocodile show as well where some guy was putting his hand into
And his head.
crocodile's mouth and his
He
head.
put his head in the crocodile's mouth.
Just dragging them around, just throwing them where he wants them.
Here's some videos.
They weren't doing anything, just splashing them with water and like.
It was crazy. And then at the end, he gets tips. I was like, this is a really tough job to do for tips.
Isn't it?
Like, what?
But let's close this up because we're just waffling quite a bit. But yeah, so the last day in Pattaya, which was our last day in Thailand, we went to a karaoke bar on the night
We
before.
went to a
our
Japanese
last day.
karaoke bar.
Yeah. So at first we were just like, it was empty, so because I think Thailand's popular for karaoke, but at the time we decided to go, it was a bit late, so all of them were closing, like all the Western ones anyway. So we ended up going to this Japanese one where there was only like, there's a few people. So at first when we got in, there was a bit confused. There was like, you guys want to go karaoke? I was like, yeah.
It's the lady was even the
Because it's
lady
called
even
Japanese
said to us,
karaoke
yeah,
bar.
the lady even said to us, it's a Japanese karaoke bar,
Yeah.
as if to say, you know, it's Japanese people.
Yeah,
in here.
yeah, like it's for Japanese
It's
people.
for Japanese people.
So we sat down, we got a drink, we done a duet, Michael Jackson, I believe, and then they loved it even more, and they loved it so much that they just kept on bringing, like they brought us tambourines and then like a shaker, and they brought us snacks, and then they brought us like hot towels, and they're just giving us like VIP treatment. 'Cause, you know, that's
They
a
were like, sing more.
Yeah, 'cause she's a
another
singer.
song.
And us black people, we just, ooh, got natural singing voices, ooh, yeah.
This is exactly what was happening. He just started getting into it, like eyes closed and everything, like
Yeah.
passion into these. Just what did you sing? Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it.
Ronan Keating.
Getting into
Hey,
it.
baby.
Getting into it, doing ad libs
Really
and
good
everything.
something to say. True, man. But yeah, that was the first time I done karaoke and I loved it. I got into it and they were just feeding off our energy, so they just kind of like
Yeah.
was just loving it, innit? You know, let's just close it off. Like Thailand, one of the beautiful things about the place is that the people are just so friendly and hospitable. There's not ever a moment where you feel I don't know.
It's just lovely.
Yeah, it's just
Like it's really good. It's great energy. Like the people have a great energy. They're really welcoming. They're very respectful. Like I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
surrounded by stray dogs though. When we came back on the last night, when we came back in the taxi, we counted, I think it was like 18 stray dogs in like
there's so many dogs
the
in
vicinity of
Pattaya.
where we live. So every single time when you get to your accommodation at night, they're just there.
They surround the side and
when
the
you come out of
side.
the cab. But again, this is where I learned you just got to be confident, because our taxi people, they'll just come out and open our door and just completely ignore these dogs. But yeah, like it's a beautiful place. I could talk about Thailand all day because it was genuinely one of my favorite places I've been to. I can't wait to go back. So yeah, I think that we can wrap it up like that, innit?
Yeah, man. If you've got any questions like that you wanna, if you're about to go to Thailand and you're thinking, actually, is this and this, like from your experience, that this, that, and that happened or whatever, you know, just comment down below. If you have your own experiences of Thailand that you'd like to share, seeing as we actually do want to go back, you know, let us know. And if like there's, you know, something we missed or whatever, just let us know. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring you the actual vlogs of Thailand. Those would have been our best vlogs. We had some amazing footage, but unfortunately these things happen and we can't cry over spilled milk. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and subscribe, and we will see you in our next video.
Peace.